Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We had Raw last night, the last Raw before WrestleMania, and boy, did they show up for us. So let's talk about it. All right. So first things first, I just want to talk real quick about the production value because just gets better and better. I loved, again, these like following shots, that great thing with like Seth and Drew in the back and then Seth walks out. Just love some of the work they're doing. Or like earlier it was Seth and Jay and they were like met but then they walked. I love some of the camera work they're doing. I'm just very excited about it and it just adds energy to the show. That's the best way I can say it. So just happy camper on that. Storylines going on. I liked what they did I liked everything they've been doing with Becky and Rhea Ripley, Mommy, from the thing that happened on the TV show earlier in the day to that fight to like them like there's something about those security guards like holding them back and them ripping away from them. Yet we haven't seen as much, and we'll get to that about the end of the show. But loved all of that, loved the intensity, like you really believe the animosity between these two, and you really believe trying to prove who's on top. But will Mommy end up like she is always on top? I cannot wait to watch. And it's Saturday night, which is really fun because I have my Rhea Ripley shirt to wear to WrestleMania on Saturday night. So I'm happy about that. With that, so love all that stuff. With that though, let's talk about the Judgment Day. Now, the Judgment Day to me personally has been kind of lost in this. Where are they? What are they doing? When are they going to break apart? When is Bria going to break apart? Is Damian going to break apart? Like, what's going on? And it's interesting because I did not see the seed of the downfall of Judgment Day coming from Dominic Mysterio. And it is. And I'm like sitting there watching this, just loving it. I really love, again, because Rhea's just so good. The subtle things she does. So, like, looked at her face during that backstage part when Dominic is inviting like that other group in, and they're talking about like what's happening at WrestleMania, or like, and you could tell that she's not in. Like, there have been decisions made without her, and that's very much bothering her. And I think some of her frustration where she's taking on Becky also has to do with the fact that she's lost her seat of leadership in the Judgment Day. So that's one thing going on. And then you had Charlotte Flair's husband. I mean, he's a great bad guy, so I could see him like being in this little clip. But curious what's going on with him because we haven't seen him for a little bit. So now seeing him again, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? What's up with this? But yeah, so I'm curious to see how this break apart is going to happen. But I can see Rhea Ripley leaving. But I can also see like Damian Priest being like, I don't want to do this stuff. F you all. Like, I don't know. So curious to see where that's going to go. Very interesting. And all that. Okay. Other things going on the show. Damage control. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, and as someone who got back into wrestling last year because of a storyline including Damage Control, the Becky Lynch one, I'm kind of like, I just want them to beat your butts and be done with you. Like, I want you to go like sunset in the distance. I don't get it. And I also think because I also just don't get Japanese wrestlers. And I think I've said this on here. Like, I don't believe Io or Asuka. I do. Asuka just has this way of making herself look and feel very large and dominant and in control in the ring. I don't get that much from Io. So sometimes I'm just like, And Dakota, I do. I think Dakota is good. I just am not. I need them to do something else. I'm not excited about what they're doing right now. Okay, but let's talk about the thing everyone, of course, is talking about, which is the beginning of the show and the end of the show, the bookends of the show. And I did stay up to watch it, which is why I'm now yawning. Which, of course, was The Rock, Roman, Seth Rollins, Cody, all that. The stuff we're building to the two main events on WrestleMania Night 1 and WrestleMania Night 2. Alright, top of the show. We have The Rock coming out. We have the recap of like the beatdown that happened. We have Roman Reigns coming out and acting all like superior and domineering and we're the best and blah blah blah. And then you have Seth Rollins, and I always love when Seth Rollins comes out from the crowd. One, because I love the harkening back to the Shield. Two, because it does very much give this like difference in where your power comes from. And I think that's what they were going for here. Because like you have The Rock, who's the final boss. You have Roman, who's had the table wide because some guy put a lei on his neck. And then you have Seth Rollins in the crowd, the people's champion, the true like man of the people, the Shield, all that. And I love that visual difference, right? And so that was really, really cool. I didn't love at this point Solo being the guy that Seth was going to face in the main event. Like me personally, like, and I get it was all this up. Then if I was Seth, I'd be like, I wasn't talking to you. You're not that important. I don't really care about you. You're just a little lackey. I want one of them. I just feel like from Seth's end that would help to push his level of power up a notch. Now I know why they did it. I'm just saying, could you imagine that little, like, I just feel like it would have been a good pushback against them. But that's just me. Anyways, we had to get to the main event. Of course, we know what happens in the main event at the end. Another beatdown. They have to be letting Cody win. I mean, like, I've been saying this forever. It's time. We all know I'm a Cody crybaby. We all know that I just want Cody to win because I just want this story. My main concern, and this is what I've expressed, is like, what is the next story for Cody after he finishes the story? Because I think that's very important for his trajectory, staying the top babyface, staying the top of this company, is what they do with him once he gets the title. With all that said, you cannot look at what happened last night and not be like, yeah, they're putting the belt on him, because the level of beatdown, the violence, these just like, they are doing the thing where they are breaking him down so much right before this happens again, like putting doubt in everyone's mind. You know, the not medically cleared, which wasn't true, the beat down, so that when he does, it will be incredible. That's my thought. Yeah, it was a crazy beatdown. One thing I'll say, and I did nod off for like a hot little minute, was, does anyone know where Jay was? And did I miss like him getting a beat down, or him, them showing him backstage not being able to help, or locked in a room or something? Because I thought that was a little weird. And the other thing, why did no security come out to pull them apart? Like, it's just the explanation because The Rock's on the board of directors. That's why no one stops it. That's my one thing I still want answered to. And where are all the other baby faces coming out to help? Because that's the one thing in the last two beatdowns I've noticed is like no one else. Like last time, like Jay was out, Seth was out in the ring, but like there are other good guys on this roster. Why are none of them stepping up to help Cody in these situations? I need answers to those questions. Other than that, like I said, great Raw. Can't wait for WrestleMania. Now, I will be there in person, so I will try to post some videos on here and do some recaps of my thoughts. But yes, I'll be in the audience at WrestleMania, and I'm so excited. So, looking forward to it. See you guys for Friday night SmackDown. Bye for now.